Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, okay, I didn't realise that there'd been no sound here. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'll have to... No, probably going to be too lazy to actually put something. But yeah, sorry about that. Didn't realise it'd been playing without no music. That's a shame. Right, we'll begin going in just a moment here. The beautiful benefit of playing the second part of these games is the fact, well, second part of these actual streams, is the fact that I can actually hide my desktop, which is very nice. I get to hide my shame. Okay, we'll get going in just a moment here. How you doing there, J Street? Good to have you, my friend. How was your day? My day was pretty good. Pretty good, actually. A lot of mileage today. But nice drive, nice drive. Went through some really nice parts of Huddersfield, actually, today, which is really quite nice. A lot of historic buildings there, which is quite enjoyable. How are we playing Hearthstone 2 today? Same soundtrack, right? How you doing, Battlefield? Good to have you, my friend. You could give us an image of that famous desktop for the placeholder, yeah. You know, I might just do that, actually. Okay. Now, we've had quite a lot done with the last episode, so it's not too bad here, actually. Shouldn't be too much to do. There we go. But mainly we need to decide upon what we're actually going to be doing in regards to the Midi Cooper tie. Really deciding our strategy in the days to come, actually. Now, what my plans are, let's see. I'm going to bring up the drawing tool here. I really need to go ahead and like just purchase the actual upgrade for the drawing tool, and then I could actually have more options. That'd be really quite nice, actually. Okay. Whereabouts is it? Will it load? Is it gonna load? Huh. Okay. The actual pen tool isn't playing ball with me today. I updated the computer last night, and it's bloody typical, isn't it? You update something and everything.
I can learn to understand.
Jesus Christ. You can learn to shut the fuck up. I hate Windows updates. Hate them. Hate them. Okay. Is it gonna let me do it? 2 seconds here, guys. I really want to get the pen tool, because the pen tool's really fantastic, but it's not playing ball at the moment. No. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, well, that's irritating as well. Hell, it's not going to play ball with me here today. That's really irritating. I really like that tool. Thanks, though. That's irritating. Okay, well, not a good start so far. My day's too hot. Oof, 33 degrees. Yeah, that does not sound good. Okay. So we'll carry on then without the pen tool. Maybe it'll come online later on or something. So let's take a look. We have the Myoko, Mayoko, Sendai Naka. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4 destroyers and then a torpedo boat here. The good news is we do have a small force. So it is fairly well protected. But I think what we're going to do here then... we're going to put together a surface task force, I reckon. It probably is worthwhile, that actual effort, due to the fact that, well, we really can't afford to lose these invasion forces. So let's see what we can do here. Now, Fuso... she's obviously still ready for combat, to a degree, but she is going to slow us down. So we are going to take Yamashiro, Issei, Hyuga. Now, I am lacking on destroyers here. We do have a couple other destroyers here. The issue is it comes down to fuel. It is a big issue. So what I may have to do here then is I may have to leave behind some additional assets. What I may do then is leave behind... I mean, potentially we could take... I mean, let's see what we have here then. So we do have Yamashiro. Yamashiro is a Fuso class. So I think what we'll do then is we'll leave behind Yamashiro. So it leaves us with the Issei class of battleships. It's just the fuel here. I could have them refueled at sea, but obviously they're not going to be in a position to make it over here. What we may do then is actually take 2 destroyers from the actual MKB to have them join in over here. Though they could head and join the actual task force, that wouldn't be too bad. They do have a Nachi, Nachi and the Abashigara. These are... yeah, both Myokos. They can look after themselves, really. Though they do lack on the fact that they don't have any ASW. It is a bit of an issue there. What I'm gonna do then, let's see. Well, even... okay. What I'll do here then. I could trim it down a little bit further, but it does make me wonder. There really isn't much in the way of escort there. I mean, the thing is as well, we don't have a lot in the way of fuel. I might... God damn, I wish I had more destroyers. It might be that we actually dispatch some escorts from over here. I mean, we do have a decent amount of fuel here, so let's go ahead and do that. At least in that fashion, I can actually boost the number. Because I'm not going to have to bring the MKB-2 very close. So let's see, we do have a good number of destroyers. So what I'll do is I'll take 3 of them. So that leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is still sufficient force there to guard the MKB. So what we'll do then... we've got 6 ships here. That is a lot of firepower there. 2 battleships, the 2 heavy cruisers, and I mean, there's still some destroyers there. We do technically have the fuel. I mean, let's take a look then. So if I was to head over here to Makassar, well, if I was to go ahead and... I mean, I could set them to follow. So if we set them to follow, now they may wait for them, which is the only issue there. So I think what we'll do then is cancel that follow. But it's a hard one, really. Are you doing that on anonymous? I can't say that. Well, I mean, the thing is, it's like, it's not on Steam, but at the end of the day, you can get it easy enough just through the Matrix store. It's no major issue there, really. Okay. So, I mean, this is it. We can have them meet. I suppose at the end of the day, what we'll do then is we'll have them set to follow. So they'll follow Task Force 9-8 there. What I can do is have them set to retirement allowed. Have the reaction set... let's say... I'll say to reaction 1. I mean, it's one of... then again, even... it's a hard choice. It really is a hard choice. Bulgami's in there. What I'll do then... is we'll send them to link up with Task Force 9-6. I mean, that'll take us to about 10 ships there. I think what I'm going to do is add in 1 more Kagero. We still have 4 destroyers here guarding the MKB. The reason being, it brings us up to a total of 10 ships. But then again, 10 ships is still... that's probably too many, actually. Yeah, that's too many. Right. I don't need huge amounts of ships. I mean, I just need a couple destroyers, really. I think I'm going to take... I'll actually retain another 2 of these destroyers, actually. So these 2 can head back. We'll take a look at the actual experience of the captains and see who really is worthwhile sending. Okay. Not you. 7465, 7466, 7066. These guys have pretty good experience in the day, so what I'll do then is send... well, you're at 70, aren't you? 70, 74. Yeah, we'll send you back you can stay with the MKB. So that's 2 destroyers there, which is fine. That is absolutely fine. It's going to take us up to, let's see. Yeah, that'll take us up to 8 ships there. So we'll still have, like, 2 battleships, 2 heavy cruisers, and 4 destroyers. That's not a bad force at all there, really. It's not a bad force. Okay. Because Steam converts the price of the game. Huh. Well, the thing is, it's a very niche product. They do put it on sale every now and then, but it's one of these things, it's like, if you think about it, like, you're not really paying that much. It seems like a lot, but the amount of time, the amount of actual gameplay you're going to get out of this game, it is, well, massive. Absolutely phenomenal. So, I'd say to you, if you want to get the game, if you want to play the game, then just go ahead and get it, really, if you can. There's no point really waiting around. And of course there are sales towards the end of the year, but this is it. Okay, so that would leave us with the heavy cruiser Mayoko. Sendai Narka, a couple destroyers there. That's not bad, it's enough to look after it for the most part. Right. Now, let's see. I don't have a huge amount of naval search here. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to fly reconnaissance over the base of Makassar. Now, let's see. We'll arrive there at night, so what I'll do then is I'll send them to night. There we go. So that is reconnaissance at night. The reason for that is it would make the bombardment more impactful, which is very good news. So the question comes down to what threat tolerance, and I suppose it's a difficult one, really. I don't have a huge amount of service force. Like, I don't have battleships, like, it's a difficult one, really. I suppose at the end of the day, I'm probably being a little bit overcautious. It might be just worthwhile to have the actual surface forces meet with them. Though they're not going to fight to their best ability there, so it's one of these things really, isn't it? So let's figure out where we're going to put the MKB. So what we need to figure out here is what aircraft is he likely to have in the area. And there's a lot of different models for sure, so that makes it a little bit harder to work out. Now we've seen the 139s, is it? I think it's the 139s we've seen in the area, the W139s or something of that nature. We've definitely seen them in the area. We saw some Dornier 224Ks, I think they were, from like around Ambon. Beyond that, not dramatically much. I mean, the issue is we've got to bear in mind that Hermes is in the area. She may have additional aircraft on board, so that's something to bear in mind. So I think what we'll probably do here then is let's take a look. So we do have the 64th Sentai Squadron. Now, fatigue isn't too terribly bad. The actual aircraft have a radius of about 5. With the drop tanks they have really very good range actually. 10 hexes of range is actually pretty damn good. So what I can do here then is I can set them to long-range combat air patrol over the ships there. So yeah, we'll set them to long-range combat air patrol over Task Force 98. Right, so they're going to run long-range combat air patrol over Task Force 98. What's the distance there? The distance is 4. The distance over here is 5. They could do that at max range. Well, their normal range. But what we'll do here then... normal range then becomes 10. I mean, that's a really nice boost there. So we'll run them within 10. I mean, that's plenty of range. Absolutely plenty of range. Very good at pilots in here. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm considering maybe switching out some of these pilots here. The reason being I don't want to lose any. So if I go and request veteran, so we actually do have some additional pilots here that we don't actually need, so that's something to bear in mind. So what I'm going to do here then is show pool. Right, okay. Reserve. What I'm going to do here then is sort by experience. I'm looking at the general reserve here, never mind. Right, okay, here we go. So what I'm going to do then is to the reserve. Well, actually, can I have them to send to the training command? No. Okay, so just to reserve then. So to reserve, release the most experienced pilot, and then the second most experienced pilot. So you can see here we have 79 to 74 there, so still very good pilots. We still have 20 pilots here in the actual squadron, which is fine. What I'm going to do then, sorry, is go over here then to the pilot replacements. Sorry, yep, the reserve pool, there we go. Okay, so all sold by the experience over here. These guys are going to go to the actual training command. Yeah, transfer to training command, and transfer to the training command. There we go. So you can see that we are starting to build it up now, so we have got a good few in here. So 23 pilots here in reserve. Aye, very nice. A lot of missions flown by some of these pilots over here then. But yeah, we need these guys. Absolutely need them. Okay. So we're going to be flying a long-range combat air patrol then over the actual landing forces when they approach Makassar, which is good. Now, we have our surface task force on the way as well, so let's go ahead and take a look at this then. Take a look at their settings. Now you're set to night naval search, night. You're in the daytime. Fatigue ain't is actually great there. Yeah, it's a difficult one. Yeah, but really it's just a case of that's the best we're going to get there. In fact, I mean, it's a difficult one here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them to head over there to Makassar. The reason being, at least they're going to be in a position there to actually engage. I'll give them a reaction of, let's say... Well, I might have it close. Yeah, we'll keep it down to about 2. No, we'll say... Well, we'll go for about 3, actually. The good news is... I mean, I've started to suspect that the actual Allied fleet is probably in Batavia. I feel like they're in the northern area of Java, which could make sense. So it's like, as far as it goes, I really don't have that much in the way of information about the presence of the Allied surface forces in this area. They definitely well, scarpered off pretty damn quickly, didn't they? Right. Now the question comes down to, like, well, is the Hermes a threat? Will she be a threat? And it is a tough one to answer, because the thing is, like, we did destroy a lot of swordfish, but I imagine she probably does still have some swordfish here and there. I don't think she's been completely nullified. I think she's definitely still a threat. Now, another question comes down to, where do we wish to deploy the Kitabatai? So if I remain in this position here, I'm 3 hexes out from Makassar, which I'd rather be... It depends, really. I don't want to be too close, but I don't want to be too far away either. I don't particularly want to give away my position, and we don't really want to engage with the enemy. Now, we do see some ships over here, which we don't know what these could be, so it's a little bit worrying there. There's a large port over here, sort of higher. And that's 13 hexes away. We're looking at 10 hexes from the base out of Makassar. So, let's see then. We'll try and figure out the actual ranges that we have to worry about then. So we'll go ahead and take a look at aircraft range. Can I get the pen tool working? I really hope it works. No, apparently it's being a number. That's irritating. Right. So, we know he has swordfish of various types. I'm sure we've seen some Blenheims. Yeah, I'm sure we saw some Blenheims. Like, their radius, yeah, their range is actually fairly substantial. They're at 9, it seems. I'm gonna look for the swordfish here, really. Bombs ain't too bad. I can deal with bombs for the most part. Let's see. So, P-40E Warhawks. So their range there is about 4, 5 with the drop tanks, 5, 6 there, so 6 is probably their absolute maximum. Catalinas, I mean, they could be potentially set into attack. I mean, the thing is, I really can't do anything about their range. It is what it is. I don't think it's going to have any SPDs in the area. I don't think there's an American carrier in that area. So let's see, so Swordfish 1, the Swordfish has a range of about 6 to 8 supposedly. Though the thing is that the extended range, it's using the 500-pound bomb, which granted is still dangerous, don't get me wrong, still dangerous. We're looking at here, 6 and 8. So, yeah, it seems like we need to avoid being within 8 hexes. And that'll keep us more or less safe. Obviously, I do not want to be any closer than that. So the large air bases in the actual region then. There's a decently large base over here at Denpasar. That's 8 hexes away. So that would be at the actual, well, the absolute limit there. I mean, obviously you could use the actual base at Makassar as well if you wanted to. There's a base over there at Malapapan to take into consideration as well. That's 9 hexes away. We know he already has some bombers out there. He's more than likely got aircraft at Surabaya. Maybe on this base over here, I'm not entirely certain. Maybe something down here as well for reconnaissance. So we have to... Though reconnaissance isn't exactly great, he did pick up this actual ship over here with the actual task force. But I think that came down to the actual submarines out here, actually. Right. Would I actually have imported Kendari? So we've got some couple ships over here. Okay. What I'm going to do then... I tell you what. We'll put the Yamashiro in there as well. I suppose it is worthwhile doing so. They're still going to ride that, and I'd like to have another battleship there. So we'll be joined by another 2 destroyers. Okay. I'll up it by 1 more then. There we go. You can see these guys are pretty damn dangerous. They'll be running ace, it'll be while they're on the way. I'm really considering the aspect of, well, the prospect of moving forward. Do I move forward? But the question comes down to, like, where do I actually move? I could maybe move there, but I'm really in the same area. Though I'm 2 hexes away rather than 3 hexes away. But that's not a massive difference, really, is it? There's a lot to take into consideration here. I mean, the issue is... I'm gonna be burning fuel anyway, aren't I? There's no real terrific terrain here to take advantage of. We could maybe move forward to place ourselves in a position to then move out this way. The way I want to go here is I want to leave through Bima, through this area over here, and then out into the Indian Ocean. I would like to remain undetected with the MKB, because that gives me some time there. I am tempted, I'm very tempted just to remain in position here. The reason being, well, we're in a sheltered position here. This is the only hex of shallow ocean here in all of this deep ocean. We're close by enough. I mean, the thing is, it's like I'm only going to be like this close anyway. The only consideration that I've got to take into account is, well, if something's coming down here, but... And let's take a look at the actual ranges when we have our own aircraft, so let's see. The B5N1 Kates, I mean, we're looking at, let's say, 9 hexes there. Sorry, 7 hexes and 9 hexes. I could have them perform a extended range strike. That could be done, but I'd rather them go out there with the actual torpedoes first and foremost. But we do have that range. So the thing is, it's like we have another 4 hexes beyond the base of Makassar, so at least we do have that going for us. Now... See, the thing is, I could actually have a pretty damn decent combat air patrol over the area. I'm somewhat tempted to move to this position here. At least it puts some solid landmass in between us. But the thing is, then I'm moving, and what do I really gain from that? I really don't know what I gain from moving too far forward here. I'd like this position here because at least we have something in between the Kiribatai and any sort of allied task force over here. Like, this is, well, they can't move through this hex like so, they'd have to go around or go like this. We're 3 hexes away, which isn't far at all, really, is it? And let's take a look. Oh, yeah. 2 hexes away as is at the moment. And we'd only be, what, 120 miles away? Which ain't that far. I could get closer. But what I gain from that, even here, which is the closest I could really be, is 2 hexes. I mean, maybe. But I like the fact that we do have the ability here then to move next turn when I want to actually be. So I think we keep the Kiribatai here in this position. I think it is the best position for us right now. We're undetected. We have 129 aircraft here in total, so we do have a lot of aircraft. I can use some A6M2s to actually fly long-range combat air patrol over the actual task force there, which is something to bear in mind. But I think we'll have 1 squadron run combat air patrol over them, or LRCAP over them. I could even potentially sweep the airbase, but that's probably not an excellent idea. I mean, maybe, but I don't know what I'd actually gain from that. It's a difficult one here. I mean, the thing is like we could be completely overreacting. Will he actually know what our plans are? I can imagine he has a pretty good idea of what's going to be coming up here. Yeah. Okay, so I do think this is the best spot. I think it's hard to beat it. We're closer than Kendari is, which is great. I mean, you take a look at that. Kendari is 5 hexes away. We're another 2 hexes closer than that. I think I might be over-worrying here. The reason is, as well, like, I want to move through this area over here. So I want to move past the base here at Bima, out into the Indian Ocean, which brings me out here quite naturally. How is Operation Whack-a-Mole going in China? It actually went excellent. Really. Well, I think we had an overperformance of the Oscars last time, which was really quite good. I'm just going to make my final... Yeah, my final decisions over here then will be good. And the good news is I've got a couple of submarines over here as well. So I think what we'll do then in this turn is actually use them to... Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea at all, really, would it? It'd actually be quite a nice thing. Use them to actually shield us over here. That'd be great. Have them operate in a deep ocean over here. I think we'll do that. So let's go ahead and try and figure out where he might approach from. Have I got the music on? Looks like I need to keep that going. There we go. I hate it when you update computers, like everything just doesn't work how you want it to work. Right, so let's cancel that destination. The Kiribatai could probably pick up anything in the area via air anyway, like if it moves through this area. And if it, I don't know, I might keep the submarine over here, but these two submarines are, yeah, they're in the close vicinity. So let's say then, let's say that he has his forces over here at Surabaya. And he moves into dictators at Kandari. So he's going to be moving along this path over here then. That's a direct route. So what I'll do then, considering the fact that we are already on that path, I'll start you patrol in here. Have you patrol down to this area over here as well then. Right, there we go. Max reaction is 1. You're a little bit further away, but not too bad there. So what I'll do here then is have you patrol. Something like that, I guess. I suppose I might bring the third submarine in there. You're not that close to be able to make it, really. But I do see this over there, and I really am quite interested by that. The port is only a size 1. Supposedly there's only 1 ship here, which is really quite interesting. So let's see, if you were coming out of here, and, like, how do you actually move here? Let's take a look at this. Right, okay, so it's like a straight run then. So, let's see, turn 6 off. So you can't move that way, but movement elsewhere is absolutely fine here. See, the reason why I want to move through a beamer past the island of Komodo is, if there actually are forces over here, I mean, there's going to be probably, there might be some sort of garrison over on these bases over here, probably some sort of garrison. I really want to try and avoid a Coast Watch report. And there's a good chance that I mean, it's a chance that he might get that Coast Watch report. There's a chance that he doesn't get it. So it's one of these, really. I'm just hoping that he doesn't actually get it. I don't think he has a lot of forces in this area. I think the Dutch really only have a garrison over at Kopang, and I think maybe this base over here as well. But obviously Ambon, Kendari, Makassar, Manadao. So, I'm hoping that we will be able to pass through these islands without too much in the way of issues. He probably will get a Coast Watch report, but we'll see about that. As long as we can make it out here, I'll be quite happy about that. These other islands closer to Java are more than likely held. I think really, yeah, we can see something's going on over here. Now, as to whether he's actually deploying men, deploying supplies, taking fuel, I don't know what he might be doing, but he's bloody well up to something, isn't he? How you doing there, Cola? Good to have you aboard, my man. Yeah, what I'm discussing here at the moment is I'm trying to figure out what I want to do in this area. So, for the time being, what I've decided is that we're going to detach 3 Kagero-class destroyers over here. We're going to have a 3 battleship task force actually sally out from Kandari to the Yamashiro. So, Fuso, I mean, the thing is, it's like, I'd love to send Fuso as well, but she's a little bit slowed. I mean, I might be able to get her going as well, in all honesty. It might be worthwhile sending them all. There's a lot of fuel being used, but at least it would be... Right, we'll take a look at the actual speed here then. So we're looking at 7.4. With Fuso, we're looking at 6.3. Which means I don't actually arrive there at night, so it is probably for the best then to leave Fuso behind. And that really hurts. Like, I don't like leaving Fuso behind. Sucks, man. Okay. Have you patrol around the actual area. Yeah, we're just trying to figure out how best to make use of our forces. I think what I'm feeling at the moment is we keep the Kitapatai in the same position that they're in right now. The reason being, if I take a look over here, like, we're in the only hex of shallow ocean here. We're undetected as well, which is really quite great. And I wanted to go right through this area here next turn anyway, so that's not a bad thing. It might be worthwhile just to keep our ace concealed, really. I mean, if he comes nearby, we probably will be able to slam him with air power anyway. So I reckon we keep them there. We're going to detach, yeah, a larger surface force is going to head over here. Now, they should arrive at night. I think the thing is, even if he's heading out here from Surabaya, it's like he'd have to move at full speed to arrive at Makassar. But I feel like his forces might be even further north there. I feel like they might be at Batavia. Maybe at Batavia. I mean, that's only a hunch there. The reason why I suspect that is we saw the Jupiter over here. And what I find interesting is it's not often that you have destroyers deployed in ports without other ships, you know what I mean? It's like you look at our own forces here, our own naval assets, and I don't really have destroyers just out on their own, really, do I? It's only when I'm actually escorting convoys that I do that. Now, in the Java Sea, I don't think it's going to be escorting convoys as much anymore. I don't think it's going to be moving them, unless they're in the northern area. I mean, in reality, the only area that it can actually move fuel out of right now is through here. And we did see tankers moving last turn. Well, we sank one in the last turn, didn't we? The Sun Chaser. So I feel like his actual naval forces are probably up over here by Batavia. It would make sense. He has a very large port over there, size 6 port. Sort of by, it is a big port, it's a larger port, and it has a repair shipyard. Not a massive one, but it still has one. But it is very close there to the island of Celebes, and obviously he knows that I have the Minikit. He knows that I have battleships, or potentially he knows that I have battleships, so he's aware of certain forces in the area. Right. I think what I'm going to do then... I don't know what that ship is there, but it's not too far away from the MKB, so as far as I'm concerned, we'll let it be for the time being. I'm just gonna... I'll patrol in this actual area here then, I reckon. Like, I don't know what the hell that could be, I really do not know. So I reckon we patrol something like that. I could move there, but is it really a wise decision? Maybe not so much. So we'll deploy... Well, we'll patrol in this area there, then. Yeah, something like that. Keep it moving back and forth there. So we're going to have the other 2 submarines. They're going to move and patrol in this area here. And the good news is I've got 2 submarines in the area. Really in the very close vicinity as well. So that's excellent. It means I actually do have some additional power there. I mean, having the ability to potentially launch some torpedoes into sides of something large is really quite great. I just wish he didn't have detection. If he didn't have detection, that would be amazing. It would really give me a much greater hand in the actual offensive over here. So we're going to be using the KI-43-1B Oscars over here. So they're going to be flying out from Kandari, and they're going to be running long-range combat air patrol over Task Force 98. So let's take a look at the actual forces of the Mini Kedipatai. Right. I think what I'm going to do here, then, is actually increase the amount of... Well, then again, no, what we'll do, then. So you're in escort. Which is fine. You're running at your normal radius, which is okay. It's not like they're going to be going that far anyway, considering that these guys are only moving 7 hexes to begin with. Now, these guys aboard the... So they're on the Zuiho here. Zuiho has 18 torpedoes. A good amount of actual zeros over here. Okay. What I'm going to do then, we don't have that much in the way of fatigue, which is quite nice. I'm going to set additional zeros over the Task Force 9-8. I don't know. Let's take a look at this. What do I have on board here? So I don't even have any sorties, really. Right, so if I was to divide the A5M4s. So let's take a look then. So that splits it up into smaller groups there. I got 21 here. I mean, I could fit another 6 on board here. So I've got 8. Right, divide the unit. Right, I can do that. One's in maintenance. What I'm going to do then is going to transfer you over to Ryujo. So transfer you. And I'm going to go ahead and transfer you as well to Ryujo. Right, there we go. Rebuild the unit. So you're on maintenance anyway. So what I'll do then is I'll place you... I'll have them on 100% naval attack there. In fact, I'll have them on naval search, perhaps? Though saying that, no, we'll keep them on naval attack. Yeah, there's not much you can really do in regards to these guys here, isn't there? So I think what I'll do then is I'll have them completely out there of a search. So naval search. Because I could only drop bombs from here, which, fair enough, that's all well and good. But I'm not going to be able to do much else than that. These guys, let's see. With the drop tanks on, their range increases to about 5 hexes. Obviously their max is about 6 there. It's one of these, like, I could actually have them allowed to fly escort. And it might be worthwhile. But then again, it's one of these things of, like, I don't really particularly want my my claws being shot down. Like, they're not exactly great, but I'll use them just for the combat patrol, really, I reckon. Yeah, so we'll have them run 80-20 over the actual... Well, about 80-30 then. No, bugger it. We'll go for 80-20 this time round. So increase their altitude. What I'm going to do is actually... I'll put them down to 5. Okay. We'll just have them run like that, combat patrol. We might even be able to have them fly over another task force in the area. Which wouldn't be too bad. Right, Hosho over here. And to be honest, I could have probably just transferred one of the Hosho squadrons over. Oh dear. Though saying that... Oh, isn't that just amazing how that works out? You should be able to manage it. There we go, 20 out of 20. Absolutely brilliant. Like, we've only got 6 torpedoes. But hey, it's better than nothing, right? Yeah, they can run the naval search there. We'll have them run at a higher altitude there. Sorry, no, greater distance. These guys are ready to go. Got Chiyoda. 70-30. I'm gonna have them run... I think about 90-10, really. In fact, we're gonna have them make maximum effort this time round. Yeah, I think that'd be worthwhile. The reason being I really need to know what's going on in the area. Right, so 30 out of 30 there. So, Ryujo running 30% combat patrol there. You're running long-range combat patrol there. What I'll do here then is run 80-20, so combat patrol over the carriers. You're running long-range combat air patrol. I got Ryujo over here, now 48 out of 48. You're running naval attack with torpedoes, if there's even enough torpedoes in... Well, I mean, we have enough torpedoes on board here, so that's fine. I'll have another... well, these other 4 zeros are going to be available in 2 days. But I've still got some fresh zeros over here, which is great news. I think I'll reduce the combat air patrol down to 20%. Which is still a few zeros there. I'll increase that to about 20% there. Yeah, I'll stick with... yeah, we'll stick with 20% there. At the end of the day, I can't attack unless I can actually identify the target, so there's not much point there, really. Right, have them 8,000 feet. 8,000. Right. Right, okay, you go to 8,000 feet as well. Okay, so I think that'll work out. So we've got the air power really arranged here. The main thing is like the MKB hasn't been spotted. With the MKB remaining unspotted, it really does give me a lot more on the way of options. Like, I don't have to worry so much about the MKB's like actual safety as much. I think we're in a good position here where, well, we are somewhat guarded. We're in shallow ocean, so we have significantly more effective ASW. The question comes down to, well, does he actually know we're here? And I can only say no. He may have an idea, but I don't think he knows where we are. So the question comes down to, like, what the hell's gonna happen here? Like, I know we spent a long time talking over little things here. Like, I've spent about 52 minutes here just talking about this one situation. There's just so very much that has to be done. I think overall, we are gonna be okay. I think we'll be okay. The question comes down to, what do I do here? I think I'm going to have them set to absolute. The reason being, if they're not, I've got to get this mission. I've got to get them unloaded. If they run off, then it complicates matters. How you doing there, Doomsday? Welcome aboard, my friends. Yes, we'll go for that. We've got a Kohuku Maru over here. Got another ship over there. Fuel's a consideration as well, so they're going to remain here. China's looking pretty good, actually. We'll take a look at China in this short few moments. We've got additional ships coming in over here as well, which is good news. I'm going to detach the 2 destroyers over there. So Hakazi and Takikazi These guys are the Minakaze class. Yeah, they're both Minakaze class. I could have them try and chase down this area, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them go out there to Kandari. But I'm going to have them patrol around Kandari. I was saying that, really. Well, I don't really gain that much. Ah, how you doing there, Pino? Good to have you, my friend. Yeah, we'll have you head to Kandari. You're going to go ahead and go and patrol there. Yeah, Air Force Whack-A-Mole. But to be fair, I think we really did deliver quite a heavy blow against him, which was really quite excellent. So let's take a look at our forces over here then. So I've told them to actually stand down this turn. The reason being that fatigue there, it might be that we attack. Maybe we attack again, but I think maybe having a rest isn't a bad idea. Hard to say really sometimes. I'm going to have the DMSs actually detach as well. Right, so W1, W3, they're going to head down to Kandari. I really am going to need these guys down here in the Dutch East Indies. So have them be right there. Now, they do have depth charges. They do have pretty good maneuverability. Actually, no, they're really not that maneuverable. Yeah, not especially maneuverable there. We'll set their home port to Kandari. Like, I really need to get fuel down here to Kandari. I need to get fuel. Really, really quite badly. Right. These guys are all packing depth charges, so... it is what it is there, really. They're unloading. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual combat report from last turn. We had a bad roll with the actual leader, like... the guy in charge of that force there is one of our best leaders. Yeah, the Battle of Changsha was good, interesting, but whereabouts is it? Yeah. Like, I sustained 220 casualties. Like, a few disabled, but we destroyed 8 squads there, which is quite nice. I don't see any negatives or modifiers anyway. Right. Interesting to see that as a 79th B. So he's detached one of these forces over here, which is interesting enough. So it's got the 32nd, 23rd, 9th, 19th, 29th, 27th, and 7th Chinese base force. Right, Wenkao. Ching. Okay, so that's obviously in China. We did well there. I reckon we'll be able to break them next turn. Leaders did well. Yeah, the commander did very well there. So bombardment attack at Nomea. So you can see there, we destroyed 2 squads there, disabled another 2. Like, he's going to give out to Nomea once we really do have the actual... once our men are actually rested, I think we'll be okay. So if we take a look over here then, so 9 squads were disabled. I mean, the issue is it's like, he does have a good amount of men. So if we take a look at this, the assault value there was 54 in total. Our adjusted assault was 20, then adjusted defense was 11. I think it's probably better just to wait here. Like, I don't think he'll be able to repair this too quickly. Like, he's got fatigue, morale, and experience. But I think it's worthwhile waiting just another day for our men to rest that little bit. I think a little bit of rest makes all the difference in the world there, really. Though, right. I think what we'll do then, I'm going to go against what I just said here, but I'm going to go ahead and actually order another deliberate attack. The reason being, if we don't break him this turn, we'll rest. But if we don't break him this turn, then I'm going to have reinforcements the turn after. So that's something to bear in mind there. Now the question comes down to, like, how much supply do I really want here? We'll load a few hundred tons then. I imagine we might be able to get 1,000 to 2,000 tons of supply there. Something, maybe more, maybe less, something like that. Like at the moment I've got 737 tons. We might even get about 500, 600 tons. We'll have to see. But we've got plenty of supply there, which is very good news. The actual unit itself is in pretty good steam. Well, pretty good steed, which is very good. They 81st. So I think they're not doing too bad there. So we'll order one more deliberate attack. If it doesn't fall in the next turn, what I'll do then is obviously take the reinforcements over here. So that's another 700 men there. I don't know if it's a full unit. It's definitely not a full unit. But it's another 40 SLF squads there, which is quite good. Unit organization. Yeah, so the rest of them are over here at Naga. Yeah, but it's not a huge amount. So, I'm not going to have them plan as of yet. Well, actually, no, they're already planned. So, to be fair, yeah, hell yeah. Not bad, then. Makes sense then, I suppose. Right, Yudachi. She's actually very good destroyer there. So I'm going to have her dispatched as well. Detached as well, sorry, I should say. I think I've just got to get my access into the area. And I think having a lot of these actual submarines, really trying to take on targets like this will be quite good as well. They're not going to... I doubt they'll be able to hit something like this. So that is 14 hexes, well that's 16 hexes. I could attempt to move through this area here, which would actually shave 2 hexes off. But it's a question of, well, there's a lot of dangerous assets in that area. So, yeah. It's one of those, isn't it, really? It's like, what is actually the best case there? What's the best thing to do? Get through the area as quickly as possible, or what, really? I mean, it could be actually worthwhile trying to get through there pretty damn quickly. It's one of those, isn't it? But I think what we're doing here, then, is probably for the best. Yeah, I'd say that. I think we stay on the path that we've chosen here, then. It is, I mean, this path here through the Malaccas is actually working out quite well. We've got a lot of forces moving through here. I mean, he's going to be aware of that, so be it. There is always the possibility of, like, naval forces attacking us over here, but I'm not entirely sure that'll happen. Not that I can say with absolute certainty, though. Right, these guys are on naval surge. And I could have them on naval attack. The issue is obviously the range over here, but it might be worthwhile. I mean, yeah, their range really just isn't enough. Might be just worthwhile to run naval search, I suppose. It might be that I just move them elsewhere. I mean, more than likely they're going to move it into Kendari. Fatigue. It might even be that we just rest them. I think I'm going to rest a decent majority of them, actually. How you doing, Van Infinite? Good to have you, my man. Yeah, I'm going to rest about 30% of them. Sorry, 30% of them are going to search. 70% of them are going to rest in preparation for moving over here to Kendari very soon. I'm going to try and burn off some of that fatigue there, really. You're heading down that way. Okay. So what I've gone ahead and decided then is we're going to keep the MKB in position. I'm going to detach about 3 destroyers there. We do have a surface force consisting of the Yamashiro, Issei, Hyuga, Nachi, Ashigara, 2 destroyers there, to be joined by another 3 destroyers, making up 5 destroyers. We do have our force moving in here. They're set to absolute to make sure that we do get in there. We're not just going to run off in a random direction. We've got the 2 submarines over here that are going to patrol the most direct route from Soribaya, etc. And obviously just cover this area in general. The MKB, and the thing is they're unspotted. They're in a good position. So if it doesn't know I'm there, I think it probably is a good position to hold for the time being. The reason being, there's really... I'm 3 hexes away. I do have some physical protection from naval task forces. Not much, but at least it is some protection. We do have a shallow ocean here to make us more formidable against submarine attack. And it really does leave me in a position here to then move out into the Indian Ocean return after, should everything go well. We've got the KI-43 1Bs running long-range combat air patrol over here. We've got a A672 squadron running long-range combat air patrol. We've shifted around some of the aircraft on board the actual MKB, so we can get some more torpedoes out. I just think it's one of those where it is probably the best I'm going to get. Like, I don't think there's really much else I can do. Yeah. Moving additional destroyers to this area as quickly as we can. And I could move in another surface task force, really. And it might be worthwhile, but the thing is, it's like, I've got to get fuel here. They're loading supplies. You're loading up over here, so what I'll do then... 14... Okay, so you'll do absolutely fine. It's not perfect by any means, but it's worthwhile. So we'll start you heading down there to Kandari. There's some nice ships in here as well. So the good news is, like, they're kind of... I mean, some of these are quite good. They're not, well, they're not amazing for much else, but the fact is they've got a lot of endurance there. So I like that. I'm going to get the 16th Army in over there to Kandari. The reason being I want it to be closer and able to be shifted over to Java once we do land on Java. But it'd be nice to have that support there and available. I really do want to turn Kandari into a proper logistical base. These guys. It might just be worthwhile moving down there to Kandari. I think I'm going to have them move down there to Kandari. I think at the end of the day, we are going to be expecting some sort of clash in the area. So if I can actually have additional surface forces on standby, then that does give me actually quite a strong backbone there to work with. And the heavy cruisers, the light cruisers, I mean, this is actually quite a formidable force. It gives me something to work with, really. Right, yeah, 50-50. Have you run night? You're running in the day. You can only run one though, but I've got quite a few of these in reserve actually. You're running 2,000 feet, which is really interesting. I think I'll run you at night as well, then why not? Same for you. Actually got quite a few of these, haven't I? And bombarding Changsha is going well enough. Like, we actually did make some progress. Some of these are these all aboard the actual ships? I don't think they're all aboard the ships. Yeah, we inflicted about 200 casualties, and we sustained about 200 casualties. A couple guns lost, but that is the nature of the beast. The thing is like, it does eat up a whole hell of a lot of supplies. That's something to bear in mind. Right, I've got this koi over here as well, actually. I could do with picking that up later on and having it sent somewhere. I don't think there's especially much I need to move from here as of this moment in time. Like, I've got all these other assets over here. Like, I've still got some SLF. Yeah, I've got the Banzai SLF. 8th Independent SLF. Numbers aren't especially huge. 16th Army is moving out. Still some elements of the 16th Army over here, though. So it's not entirely shifted over. So I'll have to... It makes you wonder then, maybe we wait. No, I think what we'll do then is we'll continue. Like, I can have something else send them out there. I can get the vast majority over there, but at least I actually do get that support, which is going to be quite nice. Okay, then we're in naval search. We're going to attack over here again at Manadao. We've decided to attack again. We do have reinforcements that are being shipped over there. If needs be, I can have them reroute to Ternat or link up with this force over here. These guys moving out there. I've got an AS moving in over here. I need to figure out where the hell my oiler went. But I'll tell you what. God, these are really nice ships. Oh, it's one hex of a powerful dwarf. Okay. I was wondering when it had gone. Right. I'll just have to take you then. So I'm going to place you in there. Right, okay. Cancel loads in supplies. I want to get the rest... Oh, this is the wrong one here, actually. There we go. Right, so I'll get you. Though you have got a lot of you there. I'll get you. You don't have any operation points used, so I'll get you in there. So, load troops then. Just road the less... load the rest of the 16th. Okay, there we go. So once you're ready, start moving on towards Kendari. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I must have missed it with the actual name there. Well, that's good news then. That's very good news. Unload cargo once you do arrive. That's great. Okay, well that's excellent then. That's excellent. So we'll have the submarine tender there next turn. We'll have the AKE there next turn. Oh, no, sorry, it's the auxiliary. No, so yeah, okay. Yeah, never mind. The auxiliary pairs are still over there, okay. Which one are we talking about? The actual one with the oiler? I mean, yeah, I suppose I could do, actually. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, okay, we'll get them sent down that way. That works out fine. Yeah, get them moving. Yeah, you're right there. Kind of tempted to actually move the submarine tender, actually. Could do. Yeah, that's a good idea. Now, as to whether I move the tender as well. So tender, that's not a tender, but that's obviously kind of the, how many men do we have aboard here? That's a lot of men. Right, we're going to get them shifted down to Kendari as well. At least headed in that direction of Kendari. Though, they do need to be refueled, actually. So we'll have them refuel at Bardwab. I'm going to tell them not to unload cargo, just refuel when you arrive there. Something like that. I don't want to use all the fuel on these kind of guys. Shite, there's actually no fuel there. Yeah, something's refueled. But we've got enough fuel there anyway, so that doesn't particularly matter. Right, so carry on to Kendari. I can get some fuel dispatched to Bardwab. I'll use these guys, I reckon. It's not a huge amount of fuel, but I can actually use them in the Dutch East Indies then as well. So if we need it sent to Bardwab, like I'll have it dispatched towards Bardwab for the time being. But the reason I'm going to have them sent down that way so I can actually move them into the Dutch East Indies. At least then I can actually use small tankers to move fuel around different bases, or at least extract some of it actually. Yeah. Yeah, we've got these guys over here. Okay, we'll begin to load fuel over here as well then. So you're over here at a cow. I think what I'm going to do is move out the first base force there as well, actually. Is there anything else here that I can move? And we've got these guys over here, but not exactly, well, not exactly amazing. Oh yeah, I imagine Task Force 3 is like a escort then, okay. Right, so, yeah, we'll go ahead and load up the first base force, let's see. Special base force. Yeah, dual purpose guns there. Right, well what I'm going to do here then is move the first base force out. I can't move it all, it seems. I might be able to... Can we find something here to add in here? Will that let me do it? No, it doesn't seem like it. But I suppose what set that is... Like, you actually are loading up some beds, so at least that is something there. Oh, you're loading cargo, aren't you? Okay. Though saying that, that would really quite dramatically slow us down. Cruising speed is 20 knots. Cruising speed is 15 knots, so, cruise speed's 8 knots, yeah, that slows down quite dramatically there. So what I'll do then is I'll have that in a separate task force. Yeah, I'll just have you in here separately, just begin loading. Oh, I see, okay. Right, they're moving out as well then. That's fine. Have them undock. Move into Bombardoir. You're loading troops, you're loading fuel. You're moving out. What I'll do then is I'll leave behind the Hidori. Hirodori, actually. Right, okay. You can go in. Oh, so I've got another one here as well then. That's another task force. Okay, so this torpedo boat can actually act as an escort here then. So these guys are docked to load up fuel. That's good news then. Reconnaissance here. So we're going to go with our first deliberate attack here. Right, these guys are headed into Hong Kong. Let's see, do these guys need to actually upgrade? Yes, they can actually. Right. While they're here, we might as well upgrade them. So disband. Now, I've still got 2 destroyers in here. I think I'm going to get them moving out. Like, they're really not doing me any good here. And these are really, really very good. Right, they're not due to upgrade until April. We'll have you dispatched down towards Kandari. See, I need to really clear out this area, these waters there. Just have you head down to Kandari. I can actually have you operate alongside like the Kitapatai in the future. Right, just waiting on natural escort, so you can be met out here. That's fine. So we're looking for Task Force 3. Osaka Task Force. Oh, the Oilers, right, okay. So the tankers. Righto. Right, so meet with Task Force 254 and merge. Okay, that works for me. how much aviation support do I have at Babaldoab at the moment? So I'm looking at 74 required. I only have 44 at the moment. Yeah, but that's the issue at the moment. Like, I'm a little bit dry in some areas. You're in SW. I think what I'm going to do then is I'm going to have a squadron shifted over here to Roinamer. So I'll shift you over to Roinamer. And I could potentially have a squadron sent down to Rabal, but I don't think it's really needed at the moment. I think if I have these guys shifted over here to Roinamer, it's going to lessen the actual demand on Babaldoab. So, still at 44 there. That seems to be our magic number at the moment in time. Wait, I'm looking at Babaldoab, never mind. I meant to look at truck. No wonder it's 44 then. Right, we're at 32 over here. Like, I need to get some more engineers out this way. Or some AVs would be excellent. Right, few you are ready. You're at Luganville. So I'll get you down there to Luganville. Is it Luganville? Oh, right, but right, okay. Can I actually have them downgraded? God damn it. Well, I'll have them sent down there to Luganville anyway. Yeah, plenty here. We're expanding the airfield yet further, so we're going to go until we get to like a size 4 airfield, and then that's really going to be the, that's the position that we really need to be at there with size 4. That's fine. Right. Yeah, we're just under the actual stack there. I think what I do in the meantime is actually have them train, because they're really not doing anything for me at the moment in time, are they? Okay. There's a lot of aviation support over there, to be fair. Right, what I'm going to do here, then. I'm going to transfer you over to Buin. Or I can't... It's unreachable from here. More than likely. I'll have him transferred to Tarawa then, I guess. Right. I'm going to have these guys actually transfer to Paramashiro Jima if they can make it. Right, too far away. So what I'll do then... Okay. Yeah, these guys can transfer to Midway Island. These guys can transfer then to Paramashiro Jima. There we go. Okay. So that makes me feel significantly more confident now, because at least we actually finally do have the ability to run naval search out from Paramashiro Jima. So we finally have... Yeah, we finally have that naval search out from this way. Which is, yeah, that makes me feel significantly more confident there. I mean, we take a look at this. That's 19 hexes. We're looking at about 20 hexes out there. That's not bad at all. 23 hexes over there. Atu Island, 17 hexes away. So at least we might be able to start picking up on things that are maybe happening over here in the Aleutian Islands, which is really quite good. But it just gives us that additional buffer in the area. Which I really do need. I need that buffer of detection there, just in case it does something out there. Okay. So what I'm going to do then, due to the fact that we actually do have decent detection over here, I'm going to have some H6K force transferred over to Tarawa. So I'm going to have 6 here, and 6 over here by Tarawa. And now, the reason why at Tarawa that I've got a pretty hefty amount of actual naval search is really down to the fact that, well, that's when he attacked before, and he would potentially attack again. But it really does help to actually secure the Marsh Islands. Like, we'll have pretty good detection then in this area here. We've got detection over here as well. But I really don't have a huge amount of detection over here by Tarawa. Like, if you guys remember, like, Tarawa was attacked and that raid was undetected. So I think we really have to beef up the actual naval detection in that area. Considering it is pretty close to the actual area of danger, so I think it is worthwhile to actually do that. I'd say so. Yeah, it helps to spread out the actual naval search as well. Like, I can actually keep a decent amount of naval bombers over here at Roynamur. Looks like I'm over my troop capacity here, though. But I could actually have these guys shifted. Well, I say that. That's awkward. I could have the Chichijima Special Base Force shift then. So I'll go ahead and pick up the Chichijima Special Base Force. I could move the Chichijima Special Base Force elsewhere then. Without much in the way of issues. Got the AFC. I've got some ships over here. I need to get these guys moving, to be fair. Especially the submarines. I need to get some fuel in here. Right. 10. 14. It's not... I'm going to be able to keep up with the cruise speed, but we're not moving far. But what I'm going to do here then, just to make sure that we've got an escort here. So share that fuel out. So what I'm going to do then, I can't have it pick up troops. We're going to have them head into here at Roynamur. Then they can actually pick up some troops there. Yeah, pick up the actual Chichijima Special Base Force, and then I can get it shifted out elsewhere. Should be nice. So from what I can see over here, I'm not entirely sure what to expect in terms of submarines. Right. We're going to continue on this course for another day. I'm going to then really see where the targets are. So what I might do here then is we'll divide the unit. And we'll run some reconnaissance in the area then. I think what we'll do then is run 20% search on each of them, I suppose. So all G3M2s. So theoretically, they should run reconnaissance in the area then. That wouldn't be a bad thing then, just try and pick up on what's going on. But in fact, I might just keep one group on naval search. Yeah, we'll keep one group on naval search. There we go. DD's over there. Right, there we go. Like, I'd like to get some Hexes K4s in the area as well. Like, I really would love to have more of them. These guys are obviously unloading. I think what I'll do here then is set up a ASW task force. Send them to run ASW at Buna. I suppose just follow the actual task force when you're not going to run away. Okay, something like that. I'm gonna disband another one over here then. I'm gonna have them make their way down the actual chain here, try and get mine tenders at really each of them. So that's Buin, Tulagi, Luganville, and then maybe one over here as well. Though in fairness, actually, I'm going to take back one of those, so we'll have one at each of the bases, so even Comac as well, actually. Well, actually, saying about that, I can't even move into Comac. Well, no, I can move into Comac now, but I can't really move into New May at the moment anyway, so that's fine. Yeah, that works for me. The guys are, well, ashore here, they're going to obviously attack, that's fine, then they can obviously rest. Well, yeah, get them all unloaded, take the base there, then from that point on, I'm going to make it a shock, just make sure we do take the base. Yeah, from that point on, then we can begin to, we'll see what the actual state of the troops is. It's like, it might be worthwhile just resting 1 or 2 days, really, considering the march is going to be quite a long one. So it probably isn't a bad idea, just make sure that they do have some rest. Now, the Kitabatai is coming in here at the moment. See, the thing is, we've been running pretty good ASW in the area, so I don't think he has much in the way of subs. Well, he will have some, that's for damn sure. Right, patrolling the area. We did see a submarine here last time. Hey, doing there, Snake? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Good to have you on board. Right, we'll run a patrol down to the south there, then. Okay, I'm gonna have these guys... They're actually kind of damaged, aren't they? No, not too much, man. Not too much. Just making some decisions, really. Though the damage isn't major, so that's good, then. So we'll actually have you... Though, I mean, this is it, really, isn't it? We were using them. I tell you what, no. We'll get them loaded with supplies, get them loaded, and then we can move out elsewhere. Because I've got a lot of supplies I need to get moving elsewhere, don't I? Like, let's see. I need to get fuel into Quadrillion. So in fact, yeah, right, okay. What else do we have here, then? What do I have in terms of, like, oilers, tankers, etc.? So I need to get a tanker over to the Marshals. Right. So we've got some actual decent stuff here, but I don't know if I want to set an oiler like that. Right, fuel capacity. These guys will do fine. I'm not going to send anything that's really high value anyway. Yeah, okay. Cruise speed there's 10 knots. 9. 10, but I'll do fine. Right, there we go. So they can dock and they can start to move fuel there. Now the port is a size 3 over here at Quadrillion. The port over here is size 2 at Reconnaissance. So really the port that I need... And again, do I want... Atoll... Well, atoll. A lot of supply there. I think I'll move the fuel to Reconnaissance then, considering that's where we're actually, oh yeah, base him from. Okay, so that works for me. Like, yeah, you move to Bombardment. I'm gonna have you down, move down here to Truck. There we go. We can use you for supply runs to Wake Island. Right, so you're carrying about 277 men. Have you head down there for the Line Islands? Yeah, we'll go over Singapore here shortly, actually. We're nearly done. Like, we don't have a huge amount of stuff to really do, to be honest. Right, there we go. Now for the Kashai, What else do I have here? Do I have an AMC here? I don't. Okay. Right. I want you to dock and unload your troops there. When you're done, I want you to head over here. Let's see. Perfect. Right, when you're done, I want you to head over there to Tarawa. The reason why I want them to head over there to Tarawa then is I'm gonna use this as basically a AMC with a little bit more armor, really. I want to get some engineers transferred from Tarawa down here to Canton. If I can get some actual engineers down there to Canton, I'd be really happy, because I can actually extend my reconnaissance down there over towards the Line Islands. Like, I don't have range over the Line Islands, but I actually would have range approaching the Line Islands, which is good, because we see a lot of traffic in that area. So that would be very nice to actually have. I mean, this would give us, ideally, some nice advanced warning, or at least advanced information of what's moving in the area. So I'd like that. Right, we do see these assets over here. Now they're moving northeast. I mean, they're probably moving over here to Fiji or even to Pago. Yeah, they've got to be moving in that sort of direction there. Right, I'll try and follow them. Yeah, there's a few submarines around here, but I need to get refueled, really. Do the Allies have a specific plan from where they get their supplies? Basically, how it works is the Allies will receive supplies from their industry and really from... I believe there's like sources of infinite supply, I suppose. Something of that sort of nature, but the US will obviously have supplies. Probably comes from all the industry. I suppose it's like sort of abstracted to say, like, obviously this is like the might of the Allied war machine. But I really can't speak about the US because I'm not entirely sure about how the US system works. But, for example, over here in Australia, like, we have the heavy and light industry over here. So as long as he's actually got fuel, he can produce supply down here. So Allied supply really in this area depends upon getting fuel into Australia. But yeah, he'll have supply around these areas, like, New Zealand as well. Supply comes from two parts, one industry and two daily supply, yeah. See, the daily supply system I don't really know about. Aden. Oh, there we go, Abaddon. Baden, yeah, so we upgraded besides that port there. Okay. So I think we're more or less done in this area over here. Now we're going to have an increased amount of, like, naval search in the area, which is going to be really quite nice. Right, you're currently running at 100%, that's really not going to be healthy. So run 50-50. You can run 50-50 as well. You're running a Jake, which is amazing. Such an edge, man. I mean, it's a little bit gamey, to be fair. Right, you don't actually have that. Moving east, okay. So you're obviously moving away. Just unloading supply here at a time. Let's move those guys into there then for the moment. When you're done, so when you're done unloading, then I can move additional assets back. But they need to transport both supplies. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. It's like how we have to move supply and fuel around, like he has to do the same. So this is why controlling the seas around islands is really quite important. But really, knowing what's actually moving about is very important. I mean, Australia will produce supplies. Like, for example, they do have light industry. Light industry, well, produces supply by just using resources. It doesn't need fuel. But it doesn't produce as much, really. So Australia would survive, but obviously there wouldn't be a huge surplus. So really, it would probably be enough, but not a huge amount. Like, this is why Noumea is quite important as well, actually, because it's another end. Well, it's another area of light industry there. Sort of another source of supply from in the area. Now, ideally, we can capture it with some supply ourselves. That'd be great. Now, speaking of the actual base over here, so we've stood down the attacks. We're going to keep them stood down another day here, considering that the fatigue is quite high. Just give them that time to rest. It is going to increase the amount of AV, so that's fine by me. It gives them additional time to plan as well. Like, we've got some decent units over here. Some of them have got some okay planning. The 144th, yep, 66 there. But they really have taken the brunt of the actual damage there. But if they can repair that damage, that'll be really good. Okay. So over here, like at Tarawa, I've got some. Yeah, look at that. We've got some coins there. Need to get those guys moving out there. Where's the rest of the 7? Right, they're over here in front of Fuji. Okay. I need that airfield. Bloody well need it. Oh yeah, of course they still have supply routes from the Atlantic. Well, not from. Well, yeah, the Atlantic through the Panama Canal. Oz needs oil to really add to the war effort, but they produce supply from the industry too. Yeah, well that's it, isn't it, really? Okay. But what I could probably do here, like, I'm not too enthusiastic about some of these units, because the thing is, it's like, they're actually quite big. I'd rather move the Koi, so I could probably move the Koi. Though the Koi is only 7 support, so really no, not much point there. Over here, I've got elements of the 66th Naval Guard. Okay, you should be on. There we go. Okay, they should now actually help out, which is good news. We've only got 8 squads of engineers here, so it's going to take them some time, but, I mean, hey, they're only building a level 1 airfield. I just need a level 1 airfield. If I can get that, then that gives me a lot of versatility in this area, which is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I mean, this is it. I think that is what Infinite was saying there earlier with, like, the daily supply. I don't know whether that's actually, like, a supply source that the Allies gain, as, like, coming from outside. I think how it works is, like, they receive supply from, like, Eastern USA. And, yeah, something like that. The United Kingdom. Canada. Yeah, there we go. So, Eastern US produces 65,000 supplies, yeah. It's a hell of a lot of supply. Like, how it works when it comes to light supply. Sorry, light industry, for example. Like, so you can see here, then, we have 850 light industry. So, all these centres here producing resources, obviously that'll feed down into the industry over here in Melbourne, and obviously in the other big cities, so they'll produce supply each day without the need for fuel or oil. Yeah, there you go. Right, I need to take a look at these patrol patterns over here, then. Well, actually, they're moving into their patrol patterns, aren't they? I'm going to have you move further out. Try and increase the actual area covered there. So, the thing is, I really am looking forward to when we can actually get these guys through here. Well, this is it, isn't it? The thing is, it's like the Allied economy really is a juggernaut, but it actually has to get the assets to the front line. That's the thing. We've got our submarines moving out over here, which is excellent. Now, I've got a number of patrol boats here. Okay, you're unloading supply there. We'll have you dock, make that easier. Hibiki. So you're Fubuki class, okay. What I'll do then is I'll have you go out and join the service task force over here. There we go, merge. PBs. Okay. Righto. Yeah, we'll get these actual patrol sets up then. So we've got this guy over here. There we go, that's great. Have them perform a bit of a deeper foray. There we go. The thing is, I really want to get the 124th Infantry units up over here to Kotobaru. Now, that is ongoing, but it's going to need some time. These guys need to get out of here as well. Let's see. Yeah, strategic. 41st Infantry. Let's see, 30th Division. Just a wee bit out there. Okay, what I'm going to do then with that regiment is I'm going to have that made available for operations over here in Borneo. Like, I'm going to need additional troops, so that's not a bad thing to actually have there. So I'm going to have the 41st move to Kotobaru as well. I'm going to need them. Now, I've also got the Yokosuka 2nd SLF, they're moving to Kotobaru. The 91st Naval Guards, a full unit, so I'm going to have that move over there to Kotobaru as well. Like, those guys would be excellent for other bases in this area. Right. Like, of course, it'd be great to have them down there at Singapore, but I need to take these bases here. I need, absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, need to take these bases as quickly as possible. We'll have additional divisions on the way over here, which is going to be fantastic. Right, they're moving out. I'm going to have the additional armor move out to Kotobaru as well. Like, I can use the armor potentially in Sumatra or Java. Like, it would obviously be useful at Singapore, but I don't think it's really the right place. But we'll see, we can always change our minds. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I think what we're going to do here then, let's see. Where's the oil there? I think what we'll do then is we'll continue with the sweeps here. Like, they're going to need some time to rest, but I think they're okay as they are right now. So we're in the actual escorts over here then. They're going to run the airfield attacks too. We're in escort. What are we looking at in terms of aviation support here? So we're at 140 required, we're at 173 at the moment. Right, we've got 5 Oscars ready at the moment. Let's see. What am I looking at in terms of requirement here? Right, but we have absolutely loads. You're moving down there to Johor, okay. Right. So I'm going to move these guys out here to Kuttabru. I'm going to have them stand down, just rest for the time being. So the reason being, like, I'm going to need G4s over here to actually get that extended range. Well, to get that extra 2 hexes of range over there. I think what we'll do then is probably have the G4s cover the strengths like this. But the thing is, it's like I need to take bases so I can actually get close and use G3s. Yeah, the troops in Batana are what they are. We've got additional artillery that's been unlocked. Like, we were going to be buying out a division, but we decided to go ahead and buy out some additional artillery from Manchurian in China, which is worthwhile. That's been sent out towards Shanghai there, really. So we'll get some additional artillery in that area. It'll take a while, but it took a while anyway. So in regards to China then, what we're doing here then is the vast majority of the troops are stood down for the most part again on defend. We're going to go and head and bombard with the heavy guns. I'm not going to have the mortars here due to the fact that I just don't think they have the range there really. The good news is though, our planning just continues to increase, which is superb there. Yeah, 12, 13, just... The longer we spend here planning for the attack, the better we'll do here, really. Hey, dude, there, Shiver Sprite. Oh, you didn't get notified. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, make sure you follow the channel there. It's one of these things, like, sometimes it just doesn't tell you, really, which kind of sucks. Yeah, it would be amazing. I mean, this is it. If we can actually take Wenkao out of the equation here, I'll be quite happy. Right, so we've got the amphibious over here then. Now begin to load up the 21st Infantry Division once again, which is good news. We did slightly adjust our patrol patterns over here, really. We've got a lot more patrol. Like, we really are upping the amounts of patrol here in this area. So I'm quite happy about that. Like, we've since reduced the amount of H6K4s at Luganville. I think it was a little bit ludicrous to have something like, I don't know, like nearly 20 or something like that. Like, we don't need that many. I'm not sure how your progress is. Well, we're doing good in China. I think we are, well, we've taken care of a lot of actual cities here. We've kind of got something going there. It's kind of like Operation Ichigo, but we're doing it a few years earlier. Pretty much like that. But we're not going to have all of the interior be taken over by the communists. Unloaded supplies here then, that's good. 6 divisions moving in here. Like, we've got additional divisions, so what we're doing here then is the 104th Division is moving to this position over here to take the base at Pingxiang. Siang. Got the 4th, is it the 4th? The 4th Brigade is marching to this hex over here. I've got the armoured car moving up over here. I've got this Kyoko Naval Guard unit move over here as well, so that's good. As far as it goes in China, there's not too terribly much else to be doing at the moment, so we're just going to continue to increase the amount of bombardment here. To the intensity of the bombardment is going to be dramatically increased as well. And like, the thing is, it's like, I use a lot of supplies here. Like, that used a lot of supply. There's 18,000 supplies in Hex. But just bear in mind that in that one turn, where we were bombarded, not actually engaging in full-blown combat as such, we still used a very large amount of supply there. So if we use a large amount of supply, imagine what the Chinese are using all the time as well. Gotta just keep that pressure up. Really, really happy about that. Hello there, Felix. Good to have you on board, my friend. Not too bad, actually. We're not too far away from the end of the turn. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the Soviets will become eventually active, like, in about 1945. Though if we go below this 8,000 over here, then they can potentially become active. We did stray underneath that number for about 2-3 days, and that was actually quite a scary experience there. I think I read somewhere that an intense front in China can cost around 66,000 supplies every month. Yeah, it's kind of crazy amount of supplies that China can eat up there, really. We've got a supply convoy that we're going to run now from Nagasaki to China. Just about 9,000 tons of supplies, something about that nature there, really. Not a huge amount, but just enough, just to sort of drip feed supply back into China without really causing Nagasaki to suffer too much. Which ain't bad. Got artillery units moving from Manchuria and China to Shanghai too. These units are moving back. So yeah, I think things are going well. Like, we're making progress over here. The 104th Division is making good speed. And yeah, they've got a good amount of planning as well, so that's very nice. Indeed. The the amount of men over here is really growing. Like we can see here, we've got 68,000 frontline troops, nearly 69,000. 102,000 second line troops, 1,495 guns, 1,936 vehicles, 772 engineers, and 12 engineered vehicles. We can see here roughly, interestingly enough, in the battle. Let's see. Yeah, in the actual battle itself for Changsha here, he had 187,000 troops defending, but I don't think those are the... I mean, those could be the actual infantry, which is interesting. It shows him with a very healthy amount of assault value there, but the thing is, it's like we have far better units than he does. We have better morale for the most part, much better experience, and just better equipment. Like, he has a lot of guns, but the thing is, it's like we'll be able to really be... well, we'll make good with our own guns there. How are Japanese guns compared to the US? Well, the thing is, it's like our artillery isn't going to be as good as the Allies. It's like at the moment in time, it's okay, but obviously the Allies will have better and, well, just more equipment. It doesn't mean our equipment's bad, it just means that the US obviously will have superior guns, but, well, this is it. But it's still good. Still good. Yeah, we can make good with them. It's like, at the end of the day, like, Jesus Christ, even if we had just an actual cannon, like, could still be effective if used in the right situation. Though, thankfully, we have some superior cannons now. I think beyond that, we are moving most of our forces in the right positions here in China. There's not too much else to really take into consideration. We do have units that we need to be moving out from here. I've got the AVs. They still need to be yeah, well, that's it, isn't it, really? Right. There we go. I need these guys sent out. I'll have them head for Bombardment. Let's see, what direction do they take? So they'd be headed through there, but that's way too dangerous at the moment. So I'm going to have you move through a safer path. Once I clear out this area, it'll be good to go there. Right, I really don't need that much in the way of search, I don't think. Okay. I'll draw upon some reserves over here, then. These planes are going to be pretty busy, but they don't have that much in the way of fatigue anyway. Okay. Now, over here in Thailand, we do have to be somewhat careful. Well, over here in Burma, actually, we do have to be somewhat careful. Like, he's going to be making a move soon enough, I reckon. Go for a bombardment. I think we'll go ahead and try out a deliberate attack and just see what happens. I don't imagine he's going to have much in the way of a garrison here. So we'll see how that goes. It could be worthwhile going for the actual bombardment, but I think we need to take the actual base, really. Yeah, we need to just get it taken there, really. Once I take that base there to avoid, then at least I do have a road that opens up, so I can then begin to move upon Mulmien. Something, I don't know, but anyhow, something like that. I do have another few assets. I think there's another TIE force around here somewhere, if I'm not seeing that at the moment. Those forces are moving. Yeah, you're moving. Well, taking Burma is worth something, I mean, there's some nice assets in here. I mean, we do have a refinery, which, yeah, it's alright, I guess. I think there might be some oil around here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Nice bit of oil there, 301 units of oil. But in reality, all the oil we really need is over here in the Dutch East Indies. All of this is just like surplus requirement. Doesn't mean it's not worth taking. I mean, I'd like to even take the oil over here in Cyan, really. It's all worth it. I'm just gonna get there, really. Okay. So, I'm hoping we actually see our assets fly this time. They didn't fly last time, which is a little bit annoying. 15,000 feet. I'm going to have them fly 16,000 feet. The reason being, the flak is pretty ferocious over there. Yeah, I mean, this is it. Having a refinery over here is nice. Like, I don't know if we produce any oil in Indochina. I don't know if there's any oil being produced in this area over here. I'm not entirely sure, but it's worthwhile having. I just really wish there was a rail line connecting these areas here. That'd be amazing. Yeah. Oh, right, okay. Urumqi. Whereabouts are we looking here? Not seen that base. I might just be blind. I probably am. Well, I'm blind as a bat. And you get that oil automatically if you take... Yeah, if you take the base, then the facilities there... See, the thing is, it's like when you actually do conquer a base, there's a good chance that a lot of those facilities might be damaged actually taking the base. Not always, but there's a pretty good chance. So... we could have those facilities repaired, but it does actually cost you a lot of supply. But as far as it goes, like, the Dutch East Indies will really serve us. Now, as far as it goes in regards to that, see, for example, we have Balapapan over here, Submarine, and Tarakan. What I wanted to do here, then, is actually ignore them for the time being. The reason being that if I can actually just cordon them off, I can take them at my leisure. And the reason that I would do that is all these facilities are 100% functional, they're 100% operational, and the longer they remain that way, obviously the more that will get out of them in the long run, because obviously he's moved a significant amount of fuel and oil out of them. So the way I'd look at it is, while we don't attack them, they're still going to be producing up 100%, and if I can effectively neuter them, that works just as well. And then when I'm ready, I'll come in here and actually take those bases from him, and ideally have just extra fuel and oil that I wouldn't otherwise. Yeah, pretty much. Just trying to get as much out of it, really. Yeah, well, that's it, really. Well, yeah, as Calder says there, 151. Like, I don't think we have that much ourselves, really. What do we have? Yeah, 110 there. So not a lot there. And let's say you take the Indies, how would you defend them? Think planes would be enough to stop Allied landings? Well, the thing is, it's like the Allies aren't going to have that much of the way of capacity for landings. Not really for some time. It'll take them time to build that up. They could potentially perform, like, limited landings, but the thing is, it's like, you've got to be able to really persecute a proper campaign of the Dutch East Indies. Let's say that we take Java, for example. Like, taking Java is no small asset. Well, no small feat. Like, I'm considering really how I'm going to be taking Java myself, and I'm probably going to be looking at maybe 2-3 divisions. Probably 2 divisions is what I'm going to be looking at to try and get there in the early days, and increasing it from that point onwards. But this is it. Like, you really have to commit to the campaign. You can't go half-assed on it. So if he landed over here in Java or something of that nature, it's like he might have superior conventional forces, but the thing is, if he doesn't have the ability to supply them and keep them supplied and keep them reinforced, then we could eventually push them back and well, just defeat them in general, really. But for the most part, I'll be using naval aircraft. Well, aircraft, land-based aircraft. Beyond that, not too much. Like submarines, mines, that sort of stuff, really. Maybe warships every now and then, really. It depends. They're not going to be too hard to defend, really. That should be quite nice. Yeah, that sounds about right. Got some assets over here, then they're unloading, obviously the 148 still. You're following 179. Okay, so you're gonna go and merge, I see. You're just doing your own goddamn thing, patrolling up and down here, man, okay. Considering the defense they are putting into the Philippines, going to head with them seems hard. Well, this is it, you kind of have to starve them out. Like, we're just gonna... Until I can get additional artillery here, but I'll just wait and bide my time. Like, we've got a fair bit of disruption fatigue, so I'm just gonna wait, bide my time, but I suppose until we actually get those additional assets here, really. Like, why the hell do I have the Air Force engineers here? That's obviously a big mistake. Well, that was a boo-boo. Yeah, that definitely was a boo-boo. Okay, that works for me. Right, so what we're going to do as well is we're going to go ahead and grab the Shoho. Yeah, here we go. So we've got the I-22 and the I-15, so they need to disband and go repair, really. Fair bit of damage there. Actually, they're already in port, aren't they? So, goddamn, I always end up clicking that button. Right, let's see. So these guys are here for repairs. Let's see. Let's go for normal, go for shipyard. Normal and shipyard. There we go. The Yamato isn't yet finished. It won't be long until she really is finished, though. Right, actually, I'm going to have you... I've got a fast patrol boat over here, actually. I'm going to use that to supply bases like Chichijima, etc. So have you load supplies, fast transport. Chichijima has 895. I'll get some more supplies moved over here to Chichijima. There we go. Right, we have got a couple DDs over here, that's really nice. Quite a few patrol boats as well. Right. So let's see. Okay. So what I'm going to do here then is going to grab the Shoho. Yeah, well, I mean, when the Yamato arrives, then I'll be using her. I really want to use her. Right, what I'm going to do here then is have these guys... I don't know if they'll all come off the ship here, but I'm going to have them transfer to Yokohama Yokosuka. Right, they do. Fantastic. Right, what I'm going to do then is have these guys transfer back aboard the ship, so back aboard the Shoho. I'm going to have them resize to 30. There we go. Well, I mean, this is it. I think the question... I think the thing is really... Like... Well... I don't think we're going to be actively looking for that sort of battle. I think it's going to be one of those things where it'll happen almost by mistake, really. Well, not mistake, but by accident, I suppose you could say. Yeah, we've already got Midway, which is nice. It'll come in handy, I reckon, in the future. Right, so they've been resized. Well, told to resize. I've still got some aboard here, haven't I? If I transfer them to the base. Okay, well, anyway. See if it still works. Spam the task force. Yeah, okay, but I'll have to get them off next turn then or something. Well, anyway, we'll have you move to Tokyo. I'm going to have you move alongside your actual new escort as well. Right, get you moving there. Right, so Mizuho? Mizuho. Oh dear. She's going to head into Tokyo. Yep, she already is, which is good news then. We'll be able to really start to ramp up our actual naval... Yeah, it's just in general really start to train a hell of a lot more like naval pilots, which are really quite good there. Okay. So what we're going to do here as well then is I'm going to transfer units off Yakagi. The reason being... Right, we don't have the range at the moment. Yeah, the reason being I want to get these units off Yakagi, because then I can actually transfer squadrons on board the Yakagi and resize them, which would be very handy, actually. I'm not expecting threats here at the moment, so I suppose it's worthwhile doing. Okay, transfer them to truck. B5 and 2 Kates as well. Yeah, what we're doing here, then, is we're clearing space on the Yakagi, so when we actually do make port, we can actually really just get into resizing there pretty quickly, which is going to be very handy. Right, I can't move these guys as of yet, so that's okay. So let's see here. Gonna have these guys rest. These guys over here, actually, they can go ahead and just run ASW, to be honest. There we go. Yeah, that'll do there, then. Okay. A decisive battle is risky for Japan. I mean, we'd need a decisive battle, but the thing is, it's like we really need the right circumstances for a decisive battle there, really. I find it strange when he isn't using more bombers at the moment. I think the thing is, it's like... It's really where he can use the bombers. I think what we're going to do over here in China, actually, in regards to speaking... Well, actually, speaking about bombers once again... We did see our Ki-21 Sallies actually go out there. And this is it, I'm looking forward to this. He probably will have moved a squadron there. So it makes me wonder, am I better off like maybe using some actual air power over here? Because I could do that. But what we'll do then is we'll wait for our additional forces. Let's see, how much am I looking at in terms of aviation now? I'm looking at... Yeah, we're good here. That's fine. So yeah, we're going to sweep with the K-43-1Cs. I do lose a lot of maneuverability up there, so it might be just worthwhile. I think we keep them at that altitude, but yeah, I mean, this is it. We really did cause him a lot of pain here. So I think we'll sweep over there once again. I mean, if we take a look, so today, H81, so he lost 18 of them today. That's a fair odd amount there, really. So I'm going to run another sweep there. Get the bombers going. I really want to hit the actual units on the ground. What altitude are we coming in at? 12,000 feet. We're going to come in lower. Come down at about 8,000 feet. Sorry, 10... Yeah. Actually, what is there? Oh, there's not much there, is there? Okay. We'll come in at about 8,000 feet then. I'm going to come in with as many as I can. Well, this is it, isn't it, really? The great news is we had a very, very successful engagement over Changsha. So, with that, we managed to shoot down a hell of a lot of the Tigers there. I don't expect to see much in the way of Tigers again, but the thing is, he probably will move some of them out of the area here. So the thing is, I can never be quite completely free of the flying Tigers, but we definitely have inflicted a quite a major blow against him there, which is very beneficial to us. Very beneficial. So what I'm looking to do here then is, once I'm actually rid of the flying Tigers to a certain degree, I can really go ahead and just bomb Changsha with impunity for the most part. We're not going to be expecting to see anything in regards to like enemy fighters. So that means I could potentially use the Ki-27s just to keep the escort going there, just make sure we have an escort. Which would actually mean I'd be free to use the 43s then to hunt down the Tigers almost exclusively, really. The 1Cs really did just amazing. They did a fantastic job there. I think only one of them was shot down, and that really is a stupendously good result there. I'm hoping it will actually drive through a message that really the Oscars are better than... I don't think I could recreate that result there. I think that was a huge amount of luck there, really nice rolls. So I can't recreate that roll, but I'm hoping that he will be cowed by that. Yeah, well that's it. I mean, that really, really, really hurt. Same as well. Like, I made some terrible, terrible mistakes with aircraft. Like, I lost 50-odd zeros, 52 zeros at the start of the campaign by making a mistake. I mean, this is it. I fought a sweep. Yeah, well, an airfield attack. It really didn't work. Really sucked. Yeah, I think beyond that, I do feel like the turn is mostly done here. I mean, what we need to do is actually need to take a look at our actual aircraft production and just factories as well. Just really look at what we want to increase the size of, what we want to just really like stick with, and just figure out what we want to do in terms of future production planning. But I think for the most part we are good. Like, I've got a bit of a bloody F up over here where we accidentally started loading supplies, which isn't exactly fantastic. So we'll unload those supplies and then we'll get loaded with the actual bloody resources. Yeah, we're going to have more fighters in the future. Like, we have the R&D process. Like, at the moment we're researching the... Well, we're trying to... Well, we're not researching. I suppose the way to think of this is it's like these planes are already in development and they have an historical arrival date. But the R&D allows you to actually try and bring that date forward, which is really quite good. THG's air strategy in China is lacking nowhere. Near enough supply to be running a meaningful amount of combat control. Well, the thing is, it's like he's doing it just because he's looking for easy kills. I think the thing is, it's like, had I considered... Well, had I been really on the ball to begin with in China, like really committed to China properly with like actual fighters, then we would have been in a much better position. But this is it, really. Yeah, but I think the thing is now that we have actually really committed to the actual theatre. Because I'm looking to win in China. I'm looking to win. I'm looking for that actual real victory in China here. And the thing is, it's like I'm hoping I'm hoping that we actually will have a victory over here in the Java Sea as well. Like, for the moment, I've got the 22nd Air Flotilla that's heading down here to Johor Bahru. Once it arrives in Johor Bahru in about 2, 3, maybe even 4 days at maximum, then I'm going to be able to run G3s, be able to run G4s from Johor Bahru, and begin to run naval bombers over here. What I'm looking towards doing then is I'm going to keep the Kiddibutai, the MKB, in this position here. Partly the reason is it's 3 hexes away from Makassar, so it's a good position to actually escort and just really ensure dominance in this area. But secondary, I'm hoping that they remain undetected. I'm hoping that they'll be able to slip down over here into the Indian Ocean. But it's like, even if they are detected, they won't have moved position. He'll obviously see the lands at Makassar. He'll be thinking, right, okay, 1 and 1. Well, 1 plus 1 is 2. He's obviously invading the other islands in the Celebes. So that's understandable. Now, we do still have something else to do over here, and that is in regards to getting ready for another force to be departing from here. So what I'm going to do then is start to assemble this. So, let's see. Grab these guys. Now, fuel's a big issue, so yeah, it really is a good idea there. Infinite suggests a very good idea, getting the oiler moving down here. Right. Could THG strike directly at Japan with his forces? He could if he wanted to. It's not super easy though, I'll tell you that one. Right, B detachment. Let's see. C detachment has 37 guns. Yeah, they're around about the same, aren't they? Kandari, Makassar. You have a little bit of disruption. Right, okay. What we're going to do then is we're going to have these forces load up to move towards Kopang. So I'm going to load up the B detachment. Right, verify load. Accept load, get them loaded up there. It looks like I can move the entire unit there, which is excellent. But these guys are going to begin loading. So what we've done here then is rather than begin the invasion of Kopang at this point here as well, at this point here, what we decided to do then is actually move upon Makassar. The reason being that if I move upon Makassar, that allows us to actually establish a very good airbase there. That is obviously closer to Balapapan. It's going to be excellent in controlling the Makassar Strait here, which is really nice. We can hope he tries to strike Japan. You know, that is really it. I mean, the good news is now we've got some H6K4s over here. True, it's only 2 of them at the moment. We can only have like 2 of them flying here at the moment, but that's fine. At the end of the day, it's something that's going to be flying there, so there's a chance of detection, which is very good. We've got H6K4s over here at Wake, H6K4s over here at Midway, H6K4s at Roynmer, Tarawa, Funafuti, Luganville, and eventually we'll have them down here at Numair as well. Once Numair is defanged. There's quite a lot of actual submarines around this area. We've seen some patrolling around here at Lafoa, so something to bear in mind there. Okay. What I'm going to do here then is grab that second patrol boat. Set their home port to Comac. You can disband for the time being then, really. And there we go. Couldn't he move tankers with his oilers to reach deep into your territory? Yeah, he can, but the thing is, it's like, if the US forces, if the US carrier forces do move up to Japan, the thing is, it's like, sure, he could cause some damage, but he wouldn't end the war there. The thing is, let's say he moves up into this area then, let's say he conducts a strike, and the thing is, it's like, if we do get prior warning of a strike due to our actual naval reconnaissance aircraft, our naval search aircraft, it significantly lessens the impact that he could potentially have there. Though then the thing is, there is one constant requirement and constant reality he has to take into consideration, and that is his own fuel. The thing is, he's going to have to return for fuel at some point. So he could take oilers, but the thing is, it's like, I wouldn't have my Kiddibutai head over here to meet the USN carriers. I'd have them head over here and really interdict him on his way home, really. So the thing is, he could be then in a position of Well, desperation there, really. Which would be really nice. When are you going to use Japan's secret weapon? Anime girls that can turn into warships, or girls that are used as attack planes? Well, to be honest, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be constructing gigantic carriers such as the Shinano. We're going to build cities on top of them. We're going to organize teams from across the different nationalities. And we're going to use tanks and, yeah, we're going to have competition. So that'd be really cool then, actually. So I do think beyond that, we really don't have anything else. Actually, I do have these submarines I do need to have head back down towards the Lion Islands. It would have been nice to pick up on those actual assets down there, but I unfortunately was not able to interdict them, so I'm not going to waste my time. We'll head back, try and pick up on anything else that moves out this way. We know he's using Palmyra, so we're just going to be patient, bide our time, and we'll pick up on something. Like you over here, so I6, you do have your jeg, so I think what we'll do then is have the jeg patrol of this area here then, potentially. So what I'll do is patrol about this way. Something like that. What I'll do is potentially, if we do pick up on something, I could actually use this and set up a solid patrol pattern here. I just need to figure out where we need it. So we do see some aircraft and ships over here as well. So we're going to avoid being near Johnson, because obviously he's going to have some reconnaissance of some nature. Tactically speaking, how's the map looking overall? Well, I mean, this is it. Like, what I'll do here then is, you can see here then, we do, I mean, this is obviously all our assets and bases, etc. So we have moved upon the South Pacific, and we have done fairly well in this area. We've landed troops over here that are going to be marching upon Port Moresby in the next few weeks, really. We're making our inroads into the Dutch East Indies. We took Kandari. We're going to take, ideally, Mana down next turn. If it doesn't fall, then we have additional forces. I've got the 65th Brigade forces being loaded upon these Minakaze APDs and the Haji and Fuji, I think it was, or something like that. Yeah, Fuji Hagi. So they're going to be transporting about 1,700 troops there. They're going to be moving upon the base there at Ambon. Really what I'm trying to do here at the moment is just establish full control in this area around the Makassar Strait and the Java Sea, the Banda Sea, and just in the Seram Sea as well, just establish control in this area. It's a bit of a pain in the arse over here, but I'm going to have some troops fly in to land at Butian, so I can actually try and take control of the bases in that area as well. The struggle over Singapore is actually looking increasingly positive. We're winning the air war in China as well, which is really quite nice. And we're actually winning the ground war in China as well, which is excellent. Like, we'll see what happens. He may get cold feet, and the thing is, once he starts getting cold feet, then that's excellent. Because as soon as he starts to pull men out there, I will attack. So what we're doing here then is we're going to continue to bombard each and every turn, until our actual remaining divisions arrive at Changsha, and then the true battle will begin. But yeah, the battle really has kick-started. With that mass bombardment, it's almost like a message in a way. It is a way to just really see how his forces handle it. And we see that we did inflict really quite mutual casualties, but the thing is, it's like, as we get increasingly heavier caliber of armaments here, and once we get the bombers flying again, then we're going to be able to cause him a lot of issues. But we're really trying to drive his supply usage through the roof here, which is excellent. So I think beyond that, we're good for the next turn. So I'd like to say a big thank you here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, as I have always enjoyed this. It is a very humbling experience to have you guys come back here week after week, session after session, to see the latest in the exploits of the Imperial Japanese Empire. Now, if you guys do enjoy my content, you would like to support me, I would very much, well, I'd be in your good graces. I'd be quite happy if you guys could become a patron of mine. It really does help me out, and it allows me to buy new books, which is fantastic. So until next time, thank you for watching, and here is a link if you guys would like to become a patron. Would be very much appreciated. I'm very bad at these outros, so I'm going to bring it to a close here. I'll think of a name for this save. I've got a couple of things I just want to take a look over in regards to production, etc. But until next time, thank you for watching. This is Until the Cherry Blossoms Fall, turn 54, part 2 concluded. Bring on turn 55, bring on turn 56. Indeed, the Dying Tigers. Until next time, guys, have a beautiful evening and an even better day. See you in the future. Goodbye for now.